Hey guys, Dr. Akoche here. Now this used to be my hair, receded and thin. So in today's video, I'm going to show you people step-by-step wise on how to prepare a solution that you can use for your hair. For those that are having receding hairline, look at my hair. For those that are having receding hairline, for those that want their hair to grow better and better, you understand, to grow stronger and better, to avoid thinning of your hair, I'm going to, show you people how to prepare a particular solution. Let's dive right into the video.
Today, I am sharing something that I genuinely believe is one of the most underrated hair growth remedies you will ever come across. And the best part is that you already have it sitting in your kitchen right now. The Yao women of China, a group famously documented for growing hair that reaches past their knees, have been using fermented rice water for centuries. They prepare it in clay pots and literally bathe their hair in it. The result speaks for itself. Now I know what you are thinking. Rice water, I have seen that everywhere. But stay with me because what I'm about to show you is not the version you have been seeing online. This is a specific preparation method that actually extracts what your hair needs, and once you understand the science behind it, you will never go back to the regular soak and strain method again. The very first thing you are going to do is take your rice and blend it into a fine, smooth powder. Make sure your rice is clean before you blend it. If it needs washing, wash it thoroughly and allow it to dry completely before putting it in the blender. The reason we are blending it first, and this is the part most people skip, is that we need to break down the grain completely so that when we add water, every single nutrient and every gram of starch is released into the liquid. If you just soak whole rice grains the way most tutorials show, you are leaving the majority of the goodness locked inside the grain. We want it all out. Once your rice is blended into a smooth powder, transfer it into a heat-proof container. This is important. Use stainless steel or glass, not plastic. The reason will become clear in just a moment. Now here is where this method becomes different from everything else you have tried. Instead of adding room temperature water and waiting hours or overnight, we are using very hot water, boiling or as close to boiling as possible. You will see the steam rising. The reason for this is starch. Starch is the primary active compound in rice that benefits the hair, and heat is what draws it out most efficiently and completely. Hot water essentially forces the starch out of the blended rice immediately, giving you a far more concentrated and potent liquid than any cold soak method can produce. Pour the hot water over your blended rice powder, give it a thorough stir to make sure everything is combined, then cover the container tightly. This is another reason why a heat-proof container matters. It traps the heat inside, which continues the extraction process and allows the rice to ferment as it cools. Leave it covered for approximately 3 hours. Now we strain. Pour the mixture through a fine strainer or muslin cloth into a clean container, separating the liquid completely from any solid particles. Take your time with this step and strain it twice if needed. We want a completely smooth liquid with no grains or particles whatsoever. Not because the particles are harmful, but because you do not want anything getting caught in your hair or leaving residue on your scalp. What you are left with is a smooth, slightly opaque, beautifully concentrated fermented rice water. Transfer it into a spray bottle or an applicator bottle, whichever you find easier to work with when applying product directly to your scalp. Now for the application. Start with clean hair. It does not have to be freshly washed on that exact day, but your scalp should be clean. Part your hair into sections and apply the rice water directly to your scalp using the applicator or spray bottle, working methodically from section to section. As you apply, massage gently but firmly. The massage is not optional. It is actively stimulating blood circulation to your scalp, which encourages the hair follicles to respond and support new growth. Take your time with this. Then walk the remaining liquid through the length of your hair strands from root to tip. Once you have applied and massaged the rice water through, seal everything in with a light oil. Rice oil works beautifully here and creates a complete rice treatment from root to tip. The oil locks in moisture, adds shine, and allows the nutrients from the rice water to penetrate deeply rather than simply sitting on the surface and evaporating. Before you go, I want to leave you with a few things that I think are just as important as the recipe itself. Because how consistently and how correctly you use this treatment determines everything about the results you will get. How often should you use this? For best results, apply this fermented rice water treatment 2 to 3 times per week, not every day, and I want to be clear about that. More is not always better when it comes to hair care. Rice water is highly concentrated in starch and protein, and applying it too frequently can actually cause the opposite of what you want. Over time, daily use can lead to protein overload, a condition where the hair becomes stiff, brittle, and more prone to breakage rather than less. 2 to 3 times per week gives your hair exactly what it needs without tipping into excess. Give your hair a minimum of 1 or 2 days between each application to allow your strands to breathe and respond. If your hair is on the fine or low porosity side, meaning it tends to feel stiff or dry quite easily, start with just once a week and observe how your hair responds before increasing the frequency. Everyone's hair is different, and learning how your own hair responds is part of the process. What not to do while using this treatment? First, do not apply this to dirty or product-heavy hair. If your scalp is coated in dry shampoo, heavy oils, or styling products, the rice water cannot penetrate properly, and the treatment will sit on top rather than absorbing where it needs to go. Clean scalp, clean hair every single time. Second, do not skip the massage. I cannot stress this enough. The physical act of massaging the rice water into your scalp is not a bonus step. It is half the treatment. Without it, you are simply coating the surface of your hair. With it, you are actively driving nutrients into the follicle and stimulating the blood flow that feeds hair growth at the root. Give yourself at least 3 to 5 minutes of proper scalp massage every time you apply. Third, do not leave it on for too long. This is a treatment, not a leave-in product. A maximum of 30 minutes to 1 hour on the hair is sufficient. Leaving fermented rice water on the hair for extended periods, hours at a time or overnight, increases the risk of that protein overload we talked about, and can also make the hair feel excessively stiff and difficult to manage after rinsing. Set a timer. Rinse thoroughly when the time is up. Fourth, do not use boiling water directly on your scalp or skin. The hot water in this recipe is for the preparation stage only, for extracting the starch from the blended rice. By the time you are applying the treatment to your hair, the liquid will have cooled down to a comfortable temperature. Never apply anything hot directly to your scalp. And finally, store any leftover rice water in the refrigerator in a sealed container. It will keep for up to 1 week when refrigerated. Beyond that, discard it and make a fresh batch. Fermented rice water continues to ferment over time and becomes increasingly acidic. Using it beyond a week can irritate the scalp rather than nourish it. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have tried this regimen, do well to reach out to me via the comments or an email the outcome. Take care.